One of the most strategically significant players in the affairs in the Gulf is Israel, long-time friend of the United States, now an unwilling pawn in Saddam Hussein's bid for power in the Middle East. Mike Wallace reports from Tel Aviv.
The United States pours $3 billion in military and economic aid into Israel every year. Why? Because we are told Israel is the U.S. most powerful friend in the Middle East. But now, in the most dangerous and nettlesome confrontation in the Middle East in years, Israel is more a hindrance than a help to the United States. For in order to gain support from the Arab world, the U.S. has to distance itself from Israel. Israeli planes and troops and bases joining in the U.S. struggle against Saddam Hussein are forbidden, unthinkable. We put that dilemma to Israel's defense minister, Moshe Aaron.
I think it is clear that, considering the fact that the deployment of U.S. forces is taking place in Saudi Arabia, an Arabian country, considering the fact that the United States is trying to enlist other Arab countries to deploy their forces there, like
Successfully.
I think it is obvious that Israeli participation cannot be of assistance.
Tell me the circumstance under which Israel might get involved in the current affair.
I'm not going to tell you the circumstance. You can let your imagination wander for yourself. But any circumstance that would be a serious one.
Would it be serious if Iraqi tank column started across Jordan? Would it be serious if Iraq decided to base some of its planes inside Jordan?
We will not stand for an Iraqi military presence in Jordan. That we will not accept the entry of Iraqi troops into Jordan. I think that message has been clearly received in Baghdad. That message has been clearly received in Amman and Jordan. And I think it is an important message. And it is one that we intend to make good on if it is not fully understood over there.
An Israeli whose career, whose passion has been the study of Iraqi politics and Saddam Hussein is Haifa University professor Dr. Amatzia Baram. What kind of a man, Saddam?
In the first place, I could say that he's far from being crazy. And on the contrary, he's calculating, he's cunning, he's extremely intelligent, cold-blooded, completely ruthless, and absolutely amoral.
What are his real ambitions? What does he really want? What is he really after?
He's after power, glory, and money, and a lot of each. He wants to be a world leader of the same caliber as George Bush and Gorbachev.
I don't think Americans know a great deal about Iraqis. They're a mystery to us.
I would say without any hesitation, they are the most ambitious single Arab nation.
Really?
Yes. The Iraqis have been nurturing, I would call it, imperial dreams. You know, they see themselves, okay, and in fact they are seen by many Arabs as the Prussians of the Arab world. The military profession is a sacred one, and a very important Iraqi ideologue called it the profession of death.
Why did he choose this moment to invade and annex Kuwait? Why now?
At home, he was under tremendous pressure, economic pressure. Economic plight in Iraq is great. People are complaining. There is a crisis of expectations. People hoped and were promised, in fact, after the war, that as soon as the war is over, we are going to have the good life again.
But they aren't.
In fact, things got worse.
Did he believe that the world would not react, the United States would not react the way that it has, with the speed that it has?
I think that he didn't believe the Americans would react in any meaningful way at all. I am absolutely certain that had he known that you people would get into the area as you did, and that Bush would be that resolute and decisive, he would not have done it. But then you see, Saddam Hussein understands Iraq inside out. He knows the Arab world like the palm of his hand.
But he doesn't know?
He doesn't understand the United States. However, I can say only one thing. He's at his best when he's cornered. He's like a trapped animal, and when he's in that position, he is normally very good. So I think you should expect a cunning and resourceful adversary. Don't underestimate him.
It would seem that there is a very dangerous standoff going on right now. He says he's not, Saddam says he's not going to get out of Kuwait.
Right.
George Bush says we are not going to permit you to stay there.
That's correct. So it's going to be a battle of wills.
A battle of wills.
Apparently a long battle of wills. With the danger and possibility, whether you see it as a danger or as an opportunity, of armed clashes. Or rather, one big armed clash.
We shall have to stay the course in the United States, then, is what you're saying, if we want to bring him down.
I think it will be for everybody's benefit if he's being brought down. But this cannot be by you. What I see now as a very reasonable possibility, the most reasonable one, is that he will be eliminated by one of his best and closest associates. His own family, perhaps. His own clan, but I don't see it happening very soon because these people need first to reach the conclusion that the man is a burden. If he's an asset, you don't a hand that lays golden eggs.
There are some analysts who say that one way for Saddam Hussein to make progress in Kuwait and out here is for him to turn his attention to your country, to somehow get Israel involved, because that will bring his fellow Arabs, even those who are now against him, bring them to his side.
He's already doing it.
How do you mean?
By dragging us in, yes, this will be a bonus to him. He's trying to do it. He actually threatened you that if you initiate against him a military operation, then he'll immediately punish Israel. I feel that he did pull the trigger 5 years too early.
5 years too early?
Yes, he made a mistake, I think.
How do you mean?
He should have waited until he had a nice array of atomic warheads to his missiles and atomic bombs.
Like Israel has?
I don't know if we have them. I can assure you, however, that he thinks that we have them.
Yes.
And that's good enough.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
So he did miscalculate by moving too soon before he has the atomic bomb?
Yes, it was gross miscalculation. And I'm sure he's deeply aware of it right now, and he regrets it greatly, I'm sure. In 5 years, he would have become practically invincible.
He has miscalculated.
And the effect of that miscalculation?
The effect of that miscalculation may be, I hope it will be, his downfall.